get the road on the show.
I feel that, bro. But shit, welcome back to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast, the podcast for positivity, progression, and helping you find your own path. It's your boy, Mr. Brown Broken Ugly. Jake, how y'all doing? Out here living my dream, one day at a time, another day in paradise, 10 toes up, 10 fingers down. Is that what they say? I don't know.
I think it's 10 toes down. I don't know.
But what up, though?
There's your boy Spencer, financial planning extraordinaire, holistic financial planning, figuring out where you're at today, tomorrow, and arriving in retirement well positioned and well planned.
How long did it take you to get that down?
That's off the dome.
Bars.
So yo, I have one of my good friends sent me a meme. And at first they put it on their story and I replied to it. And then I realized they sent it to me specifically. And it bothers me so much. I wanted to start the final podcast of this
season finale.
What?
12 episodes in.
This shit flew by.
Yeah. It does not feel like fucking 12 episodes.
Is that 3 months?
3 months.
That's crazy.
Consistent. Consistency is key, folks. Consistency is key.
That's a fact. Part of me feels like I didn't hit. Do you want to check and see if I hit record on the iPad? I don't know why part of me feels like I did it. I feel like I put it in place, but didn't actually hit record. Oh, all right, cool. That'll be a cool edit.
So they can see that we're human.
Yeah, right?
Because fucking humans make mistakes. Humans also do stupid shit. So sometimes it's not a mistake and sometimes it's a choice. So be aware of your fucking choices.
So back to what I wanted to address. So this always bothers me, and I feel like it comes from, and I'm going to get like massacred for this. I feel like it comes from women for the most part. And if women, you have a story about a man, we would love to hear it. But the quote is, no one is really busy. It all depends what number you are on their priority list.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You agree with that?
No one's ever actually busy. Because, bro, even if you are busy, it don't take you 2 seconds to just be like, hey, I'll call you. Like, when I call you and you're on the phone,
yeah,
right? Or you're busy in a meeting, you at least have the audacity to be like, hey, bro, can I call you back? Or in a meeting. You get what I'm saying? Because you care about me. Oh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're cool like that.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if it was someone who you did not care about, you just look at it and be like, like me, I'm a busy motherfucker.
Yeah.
But if I forgot to hit you back, it's because I really didn't care to talk to you in the first place.
So I definitely understand where you fall on the priority list, but I feel like more, and I'm speaking from experience, like more often than not, when this comes up, it is when it's like a new relationship or maybe after the honeymoon phase, or like y'all just doing what you're doing and someone's looking for a little bit more. It's just like, well, you always say you're too busy for me. And when I say busy, like we're both busy individuals. Like you run like 3 different businesses. We record the podcast. You're about to start a new career. I have my practice. Gang, gang, gang. Let's go. And it's like, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I feel like people over analyze what their importance is to the person that they're bringing this up to. And the thing is, like, people don't like hearing that, no, you're not top of my priority.
See,
but that's okay. Like, I don't think you need to be.
So I agree, right? People try and force put themselves like, I need to be this, right? I agree with that. But that's where it's saying like, you don't need to be my top priority. But if I really fuck with you, you're a priority. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I might not always have the time to make for you, but when I make time for you, that shows that I care, right? Because I am a busy person.
Yeah.
Right? So the fact that I'm even doing anything with you, even if it's sitting in the house, right? Mm-hmm. Like appreciate my time because I'm making time for you. So you get what I'm saying? Like, you're never actually too busy for what you prioritize.
I think you are. Well, no, you're never too busy for what you prioritize. But if my priorities for the short term don't involve you as much as they do in the long term, like sometimes you either have to get with it or get lost.
Until what? They are part of those till they move up?
Exactly. Because I feel like a lot of people work too hard for too long, whereas they could work very hard for the short term and then really enjoy and live the rest of their life living a life of choice. I don't think enough people live a life of choice. And a life of choice is I have enough assets and enough money to do what I want when I want.
So let me ask you a question then. What's more important, the short term or the long term?
Long term.
But what one?
Well, okay. What's more important? I don't know. Your short-term goals are going to lead to your long-term.
And I'm just talking about in general, like goals, happiness, relationship, whatever. Because here's my thing, right?
Yeah.
I could today say in 3 years I want to become an astronaut, right?
Impossible. Take
sure.
Time.
Right. So my thing is, right, what if in a year and a half I change my mind? Right? I was so focused on the future that one, I probably didn't enjoy the present. Two, I wasn't present. Three, how much time was I putting? I just said the same thing 3 times, but how did I focus on here? Like looking so forward ahead, you miss what's right in front of you.
So this is why you have to do everything within moderation and within your plan and your goals. So you should always have the end in mind, but you can still be present because what you do today is going to yield the ramifications of what tomorrow looks like. So like you said, never have 2 bad days, right? If you have 2 bad days, you could fall into a vicious cycle. So control what you can control today, be present today, and that is going to lead to your future. And I trust me, I struggle with this, and I've learned that because I've always been, the way my brain is, it's like, no, I know where I'm going to be. So like, I tend to live like I'm there already.
Okay, I like that.
And not enjoy and appreciate the present. And then the world humbles me like, yeah, so you're not there yet.
and that's my point. It's like, well, one, I'm not there yet, right? I'm trying to already be there.
Yeah.
But 2, do things ever actually go according to plan?
Never.
Right. So why? I mean, don't get me wrong. You got to have some sort of like blueprint. I'm not telling people to fucking just abandon everything and
loosey-goosey.
Yeah, nah, that's not at all what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like, if it never goes according to plan, then you focus so much on like, I need this, I need this, I need that. Like, what if on the way to become an astronaut, I bake one cake and I'm like, oh shit, now I want to start baking. But I overlooked that and my path was to be a baker, but I was really so focused on the future. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
no, this is great. Because I really had this conversation the other day in my kitchen with my boy, and I realized, have you realized a lot of success stories? Let's think of Nipsey Hussle or what?
I'm just a child.
Oh, okay, we know. So like Nipsey Hussle, he made it. He went back to the hood he lived in, and he created opportunities and jobs for people. Do you hear that from Hartford?
No.
Have you heard anyone making it from Hartford and then coming back and empowering the city?
Okay, but hold on. I'm glad you just said that, right?
Okay.
So you know how we had the conversation about like getting out the hood and
yeah.
and then going to the white neighborhoods and just elevating your people to go there?
Yeah.
Right? Now, I think we had this conversation off camera one day.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but Jay-Z. Fuck, that chef sucked.
The pool party? No.
Oh, that pool party.
Yeah.
We'll get to that after. But we, so I was like, Jay-Z said it in one of his songs, like, why? And if you guys watched last episode, and if you haven't, go back and watch it. We know that I'm terrible at paraphrasing.
Facts.
So he basically was saying, like, why do you have to leave the hood and go somewhere else? Why can't you just elevate your hood and the people around you? You know what I'm saying? You're saying, like, Nipsey did that, and it's like, you're right. People from Hartford don't do that, but why should I have to leave? I mean, I might have to leave to learn, right? But why do I have to leave and stay gone? Why can't I go make my millions and come back to the hood and elevate the hood that way?
Because think about it. Jay-Z doesn't live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But I get what
I think it was just a song. I by no means think he's going back to his hood. And
because you could definitely listen, I plan on being very wealthy, and this all goes back to like what I was going to say. It's like it has to, whatever drives you internally, like your intrinsic motivation, it has to be bigger than you, and it has to be bigger than anyone around you.
It has to be bigger than goals.
There you go. Follow the Instagram. So it has to be something where it's like, you know what? I don't know what it looks like when I get there, but I know the consistent steps I can take to put me in the best position to get there. And that's just consistency. And like I said, keeping today's task in today and just following through what you say you're going to do. As far as what you're saying, moving out the hood, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to buy a house on the Ave. Like, I'm not going to buy a house on Tower. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those communities, but that's not where I want to build my wealth. But I want to establish mentorships and businesses that the urban community can then work in and then learn how to get to where I'm going to get. Not everyone's going to, but if I could find one person who wants to really follow in my footsteps and learn from me, and then he teaches someone else, to me, that's a win.
Right.
But I haven't heard of anyone in Hartford doing that.
So let me ask you a question. What's the difference between white people gentrifying the hood and a hood nigga bringing up the hood? Because essentially,
a white person gentrifying the hood is bringing in more white people, like Parkville Market.
But that's what I was going to get at. Yeah. If you look at all of Park Street, bro, you used to never see white people on Park Street. Ever. Unless
not walking comfortably.
Right. Unless you were closer to like George's Pizza and shit, but that's West Hartford. Right? Yeah. But I'm talking now Park Street, Poe Park, right there on the corner of Park Street and Park Terrace. Right? They put those apartments, but they're making the hood nicer. Right?
But
it's not for us.
People, right.
But they're making it nicer.
Yeah.
Right? So why can't I'm just saying me in general, but why can't I hood gentrify this shit? You get what I'm trying to say?
So how would you go about hood gentrifying it?
Oh, I don't know. I got to make money first.
So the difference is that white people with capital and money are going to come in and they're going to put things in that is going to empower the community, but it's not going to empower the community for the people who can afford it.
No, it's not actually for the community,
exactly. But I get what you're saying. So my rhetorical question is like, how do you empower somebody?
How do you empower somebody?
Yeah, how do you empower someone?
You have to put them in a better place than they were before.
And how do you do that?
Well, you need money. You need opportunity.
Before that.
Oh, give them confidence. Oh,
education.
Oh, okay. Education.
You need to educate people on how to get these things. Mayweather said it best. Listen, you can't be my friend if you don't show me how you got that. You got these houses, you got these boats, you have a yacht, which is a boat. It's like, you can't be my friend and not show me how to get that. If that's the case, you're not my friend. So if you want to empower your community, you need to educate them on how the white person who has this capital, how did they get that capital? Like, what did you do to get that?
Right.
That's how you empower someone. And once you empower that person, you can empower the community who's willing to listen. That's how they grow. And then the people who live there are now going to be in a better situation. Okay. So that's how, if you gain your wealth, your riches, and you come back and now you show people, and it starts with the kids and their parents. Like, you go to the schools and you talk to them like, yo, listen, the school system is great. Learn this. You need these prerequisites just to be able to learn X, Y, and Z. Like, if you don't know English and you can't read, you can't empower yourself. But if you don't want to go into certain fields that require physics and trigonometry, hey, here's how you do taxes.
Right.
Here's how
simple shit.
Here's how you lower your taxes. This is how you really obtain credit and how you leverage credit.
Right.
Instead of just like, oh, well, you know what? We're going to make this community look really nice and this is going to look a lot better. And then we're going to be able to market it more, instead of, no, let's help the people who live in these communities. So
that part,
when you make it nicer, they can afford to live there. Not you run them out and they just go to another hood.
Right.
But yeah, so that shit hit me at like 11 p.m. on a Tuesday.
You know what I was doing at 11 p.m. on Tuesday?
Do I want to know?
Drinking.
Pull up. But yeah, no, so I was in my kitchen talking with my boy, and I was just like, yo, this is like, because I think I fell off a little bit as to what my motivation was. I kind of got stuck doing the same thing day in and day out. And I'm just like, why am I doing this again? Like, what am I doing this all for? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I need to empower people and educate them on a grander scale than I'm doing right now. I educate people for my practice, but I want Hartford to look good and people like us to be able to live here and thrive here.
Right. Because there's opportunity here.
Yeah. Instead of just, well, we're going to do a Parkville market. We're going to charge extra for everything. We're going to charge the vendors in here high rent. But white people from West Hartford, they're going to feel way more comfortable coming here than actually going to Dunn's River.
Right.
Like, the fuck? So, like, how about Dunn's River opens a location in West Hartford? Now you're doing a lot, bro.
Right.
Like, we'd rather have you go in one spot and charge a little bit more than y'all come in our town.
I fuck with this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So that shit, it really, like, I was stewing over it. It kind of bothered me. But that is selfishly, that's my motivation to why I want to get to where I want to go, which goes back to the priority list. And because my dreams, goals, and aspirations are so high and so large, respectfully, you're not that high on my priority list, because in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to help you. But selfishly, you don't need direct access to me as much as you would like. So you're going to have to deal with that.
So let me ask you a question. And for conversation's sake, let's say you're talking about a relationship with a significant other.
Yeah.
Because this priority could be anybody or anything.
That's a fact.
But for sake of conversation, let's say relationship, right? Can you be in a successful / and or healthy relationship?
Yeah. And
be selfish?
You should be. Everyone should be selfish with their energy.
Well, I'm not just saying energy.
Like, what do you mean?
Time, effort. Because my thing is like, you should always come first.
Facts.
Right? But at some point, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, you're going to have to put that other person first. Maybe not all the time, but...
That's a fact. I mean...
So can you be selfish? Can you always be first if you're in a successful and healthy relationship?
That is... So you really have to dig deep within yourself, because selfishly, a happy wife is a happy life. So if I want to be happy overall, I know that you need to water the plants that you want to grow and thrive. If you want your relationship to grow and thrive, I think selfishly, you need to put into it what you want to get out of it. Mm-hmm. It's almost like if I'm pouring into you and pouring into you and pouring into you, I already know this is gonna go.
Water,
and I'm finding that, you know what? You're not pouring into me. And like, this would take a long time because I'm naturally giving, but like, I'm finding like, wow, you're really not pouring into me half as much as I'm pouring into you.
That part.
So like, initially, almost selfishly, I've been pouring into you because I want you to be happy, because I know if you're happy, I'm going to be happy.
Right.
But now I'm exerting a lot of effort towards you. I'm not getting a lot back. So now I have to pull back even more which now you're going to be angry. And then you find out maybe we're just not the ones for each other, or we need to have a conversation and really talk about and communicate. This is what makes me happy. If you do more things like this, then I'm going to do more things like this for you.
Right. Compromise.
But this,
you're halfway.
Yeah, compromise. But this all comes down to communication. And I think with social media, because everyone wants to be perceived as either hard, a thug, a bad bitch, or whatever, they like want to look a certain way. So then when you're actually in person with these people, you forget who you are and how to actually communicate what you want. Because most people, unfortunately, don't really know what they want.
And
Can
you say that again?
Most people don't know what they want. And they will employ other people to help them find what they want. And if they can't, it's on to the next one. So.
But even if they don't know what they want, they are going to hurt a lot of other people and themselves trying.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're, whether it's a relationship, a job, whatever the case is, right? If you go into something not knowing you actually want, you can't go, hey, let me go to this job and see if I like it. You get what I'm saying? You kind of have to, I know respectfully, I know I would not enjoy your job. Right. Yeah. So I know I'm not about to try and go work there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I were like, okay, well, shit, I might want to be a financial advisor. Let me like try and pick this shit up. I'm going to be miserable. I'm going to hurt the company. You get what I'm saying? So until you know what you want, you can't just be.
But how do you figure out what you want without trying different things?
I think you should try, but you can't okay. I'm going to go read a book on financial planning. I'm going to go talk to you. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm educating myself. I'm empowering myself and putting myself in the best position on a date, right? I know I want a relationship, but I don't know if I want a relationship with you. So I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to get to know you before saying.
And educate myself on you before I want to. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because if I just dive into the shit, oh shit, this person sucks. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to educate yourself on whatever the situation is, relationships, jobs, vacations. You got to, before you go on a vacation.
But some people are kinesthetic learners and they need to just be thrown into it, learn hands-on, and then be like, oh shit. Listen, that's what college is. Like,
college is a scam.
It is a scam. And it's like, damn, I paid X amount of dollars in tuition to find out I really don't want to be a veterinarian.
You know? I'm not using any of my 2 degrees.
Facts, right? And it's like I said, to your point, I understand when people try different fields and they find out, oh shit, I don't really like that, because that's really what dating is. Like when we date, not for real, like when we date a bunch of people, and I think people, because one person may be so like, not infatuated, but it's just like.
But it's a difference between dating because like.
This is a trial period.
Or like, yo, I'm just out here just trying to fuck, or I don't know if I'm ready to date. Let me go date somebody to see if I'm ready to date. Motherfucker, if you got to ask if you don't know if you're ready to date, you ain't ready to date. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know if I have the answer to that, to be honest with you. I feel like I got a heart condition. Like, we know my heart's broken, right? So my thing is, I know, bro, I've been single for 3, almost 4 years now, right? Yeah.
Like, I know in my head, I would like a girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stay on my DMs. But
how'd I get here, podcast?
But what I'm saying is, like, I know that I'm ready for a relationship. Now I can go get to know people and try, right? But if I didn't know I wanted a relationship, I'm wasting my time and whose ever time I get, because I could come across a great individual and then just be like, oh, I wasn't ready.
So I think what it is, this comes back to communication. I think a lot of people, they come across quote unquote great individuals, but it's like, that's just not the individual for you. And some people, don't know how to. Some people don't know how to receive that, and some people don't know how to communicate that. Whereas, like,
I feel attacked.
Oh man, no, it's like, because I think naturally people don't want to hurt each other's feelings, and they will hurt their own feelings by staying in something too long that they know is not right for them. So, I mean, marriages are like that.
I've done that before.
We've all done it. Oh, probably. I've definitely done it before. And it's tough, but in a perfect world, you would just tell this person, hey, listen, I've had a great time with you. I just don't think we're necessarily meant to be with each other. And that's going to hurt regardless, because obviously both people.
But it's better than ghosting somebody.
Is it? No, yeah, you're right.
It's better than, and I'm now at 28 years old, now being old enough, because I used to be like, yo, fuck that, I'm gonna just ghost you. And I'm guilty of ghosting a lot of people. Hey, anybody that listens to this and I've ghosted, I'm sorry. But now I know a conversation is at least like, hey, it really wasn't you. Like, I just wasn't feeling the vibe. I wasn't ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you don't know what you might do. Bro, this person, it could have took them their all to build up the confidence to just come out the house with you, right? And you ghost them, bro, that motherfucker might not come out the house for another 3 years. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, no, it's
simple conversation.
It's a conversation, and a lot of people aren't ready for that responsibility. Because there is, like, when it comes to dating, there's a responsibility to yourself, making sure you put yourself first and you're putting yourself in the right situation to, in the grand scheme, get to where you want to go with a partner piece.
Right.
But it's also your responsibility to then let that person know, listen, I have certain things set out for my life, and you're a great person. I would love to be friends, but you don't fit that model. It's kind of like when you're recruiting for soccer. There's different schemes and different plays and formats. Like, I wish I could remember ones, but if you run your scheme a certain way, you might have a great player that just doesn't fit your model, or doesn't mesh with your team.
And you just got to be okay with that.
Got to be okay with, like, damn, like, maybe I have a Cristiano Ronaldo, but he doesn't fit. I mean, first of all, he's going to fit. But it's like, damn, he's just not going to fit in my scheme. But yeah, it's So
let me ask you something. You just said some, oh yeah, we can be friends. Do you believe in being friends with exes or people that you've dated?
For sure. Why not?
Why?
Because I understand that I'm not for everybody romantically, but that person's still a dope person. Like, I wouldn't mess with you if you weren't. So why sacrifice a friendship or a bond that we established just because we found out we're not meant for each other romantically?
But what do I need that for? I was doing fine. No, I'm not saying I'm like, you're dead to me. Like, if I see you, it's on sight. Granted, there are some people like that, but no, I'm saying, like, bro, like, you and I met, right, to do a thing, right? If that shit didn't work out, your purpose was that thing in my life, right? So now, I need?
That's so linear, because, like, people bring so much more to the table than a failed relationship. You know what I'm saying? So,
but like, maybe that was your role in my life, failed relationship.
Listen, there's some people that it is what it is. It's like, yo, listen, I genuinely.
You were a lesson.
You were a lesson. I genuinely don't like you. Like, God have mercy on your soul. But there's also, like, anyone, like, people that I've dealt with that's just like, listen, we weren't meant to date each other. Maybe you liked me like that. Maybe I liked you like that. And, you know, that wasn't a bridge you wanted to cross. I must have enjoyed your company outside of that, or else I wouldn't have been doing that with you. So yeah, we can still be friends. Obviously, I'm going to have boundaries. Like, there's certain things I'm not going to do with you, obviously, anymore. Right. But Yeah, like if you're a dope individual, like why?
Yeah, be dope over there by your lonesome.
I mean, that's you, but listen, I don't mind having a tribe in my camp of people as long as I know you, as long as I know you're loyal and you have a solid character that I don't have to second guess. You know, you can be around me. We could all eat together. I'll show you how to eat. You could teach me something, but if just because we're in this tribe, we tried something out and it didn't work, I'm not about to just shun you. Like, you know,
I mean, no, when you say shun, like,
I'm about to get real weird. Have you seen the Twilight movies?
I only saw Blue Moon.
I don't even know what that one is.
It's the second one.
Is it? New Moon.
Same shit.
Blue Moon, New Moon. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. So
have you seen the movies?
Yeah. So I'm rewatching them right now because I just watched all the Harry Potter movies and then like Twilight's on Netflix. I'm like, let me go through these, right? And case in point, one of the when a wolf mates, they imprint on you, right? So it's like, no, I'm gonna love you forever and only you. So one of the wolves was dating this girl, and like you can't control when you imprint. He's dating some girl in the tribe, cool, loved her to death, met some other woman, imprinted on her, and now she's just like yesterday's news. I think that's pretty foul. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just because you're not the one I'm supposed to spend my life with doesn't mean we can't be friends and we can't learn from each other in different aspects.
And bro, like me, and I'm gonna sound contradictory because like you and I have only known each other maybe a little over a year, more or less, right? But like I've had the same best friends for 18 plus years. You know, like my circle is very tight. That's and like, dope. Obviously I meet people, you are now part of my circle. You know what I mean? Like that come into my circle. But my thing is this, like, I'm solid. Like I can still learn. You're right. You know what I mean? And you're going to teach me things and you'll bring me around people and, you know, Kev, or whatever the case is. Right. Yeah. But for me, it's like, you and I crossed the line. Right. Mm-hmm. And it's like, there's no just going. I mean, obviously if we're two mature adults, we can just go back across that line. But
see, that's where people go wrong. You're not meant to go back. You cross the line, keep going.
Yeah, but keep going without your ass.
All right, well, I mean, that's your prerogative. But my thing is like, if you're running a marathon and you both cross the line and you found out, hey, we're not meant to be running this marathon together, you're not going to go back and do the marathon over, are you?
I'm not doing no marathon.
Okay, then. So it's like, all right, we're going to keep going. I'm going to go at my pace. You go at your pace. Hey, if we see each other around, if we still want to be friends, cool. But obviously we know that's not meant to be. I don't, and maybe I'm different. I don't like hurting people. And I don't think that I need to cut people off if I thought we were like cool. If you need space away from me and I need space away from you, because you know what? Listen, I'm not used to not seeing you in this light. So let me take some space to myself, kind of recalibrate things and see where we can go from there. You know, that's cool. But I don't need to like straight dead you just because.
I mean, no, it's not like anything negative, but it's also not like
necessary or needed.
Like if I see you, hey, you know, but I'm not gonna also like
keep talking to you.
For what? Like there's people that get unfollowed and numbers deleted all the time. Shit happened this week.
Yeah, but that's just you though.
No. I'm saying this, I think, is one of the first or few times this season we've like not disagreed, but like had opposing. And I'm interested to see what people say if they like still talk to exes or cut them off but
I think the average person does not talk to their ex or like they just cut people off. I honestly think it's a pride and an ego thing though. Because it's like, no, because you also have to like live with yourself that you made the wrong choice. You know, it's like I thought you were going to be the one. You realized I wasn't the one. That kind of stung.
You know what? Go ahead.
No, now it's like, it's much easier for me to cut you off cold turkey and never look at you again than to have to really sit with myself and realize, oh shit, like, I wasn't meant for that person. But if I take the relationship and sex out of the equation, this person's dope. Like, I like this about this person. We vibe here. Am I willing to completely cut that off just because we didn't work out romantically? He's not in his head. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah.
You know what though? So I was going to ask you a question after this, but it actually ties in to the conversation we're having. You tell me all the time, Jacob, why do you always choose pettiness?
Always choose
Jacob,
violence.
why do you choose violence? And I'm just like, bro, like, this is why y'all made me this way.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why you choose violence.
Yeah, y'all made me this way, right?
Yeah.
So then while you were just saying what you were just saying, I was just thinking to myself, okay, why do I feel the need to cut people off, right? Mm-hmm. And then you were saying like, oh, I thought you were the one, but you proved me wrong, right? And just like when you started dating Shorty or whatever, and you were like, oh, would you want a relationship? I was like, yo, I know when I get with somebody, I'm not going to fuck it up, right? Like, I know this. Right. So I say all that to say, when you said your statement about like, oh, you proved me wrong or whatever, I think the reason I always choose pettiness and violence is because you hurt me.
That's a fact.
You hurt me.
That's a fact.
So what the fuck why should I continue? Motherfucker, I've already been nice to you.
I got a big heart with heart issues.
Yes. This is a known fact. So I've already been nice to you. I've done my part. And granted, it takes a lot more energy to be mean to somebody than it does to be nice. And it takes a lot more energy to hold a grudge than forgive them, right? But I can forgive you, but I could also still not fuck with you.
And like I said, that's like, that's you. I'm not willing to give up dope. And when I say relationships, I just mean with people.
Connections.
Like, connections.
Right.
I'm not willing to give up dope connections just because we had sex and one of us wanted more and it didn't work out. If you want to, trust me, I have no problem. I will dead you, never think about you again. I have a very, I'm very blunt and very boom. But if you're willing to still be friends, take as much time as you want. My door is open because at the end of the day, I had love for you at some point. I'm not going to act like that love wasn't there just because one aspect of our connection didn't work out. To me, that's silly.
But to me, it was also the premise of our connection.
The premise was and that this goes back to the timeline for relationships episode, whereas my premise before getting into a relationship, I have to establish my best friend because I'm establishing a friendship with you first. I don't know you. You don't know me. Maybe like we just look each other. I said look, we both look good to each other. And I said some whatever slick shit that made you laugh. We then vibe from there. And now based on what I showed you, we now, what the hell is that? We now like vibe together for whatever. And then we found out, 3-6 a year later, like, oh shit, like, I don't really like you emotionally because like maybe I just don't want you to have my children because of X, Y, and Z and some trauma that comes with your family that I don't want to get passed down to my next of kin. So for whatever reason, it's just like, yeah, I need to establish my friendship. And because we're friends and I unconditionally love my friends, I'm not going to cut you off unless you don't want to be in my life. And then it's like, yo, if you don't want to be around, peace sucks to suck.
So here's my thing. I said in one of the previous episodes, I was like, you should not date your best friend, but your partner should become your best friend. Right. And I think that's echoing what you're saying right now.
I think mine's opposite.
Well, I don't like I don't know if you have a female best friend. Okay. Do you get what I'm saying? Like me and Kai should not date. Okay. You get what I'm saying? But a girl that I'm dating, we should grow and you should become my best friend. Because I feel like me and Kai, like, the sis. You get what I'm saying?
That's how I feel about it. I don't know if you saw my story today, but I shouted out my best friend.
Shorty Cole. Yeah. I'm like, yo, where you been hiding this one?
He's like, yo, I hid you with the ass
right away. But But
Aw,
yeah, that's my new friend. I don't know her, but
Yeah.
she's about to walk by. I say hi to her.
nice son.
But but that's what I'm saying. Like your partner should become your best friend, right? And
yeah.
there was a point to saying this, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, so at what point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you say like, okay, we are such good friends, I don't want to lose you and cross that line. I'm afraid that if we don't work out, and I've actually had girls say like, yo, the reason, like, you're dope, I actually have feelings for you, but I don't know if I want to pursue this because if it goes wrong, I don't want to lose you.
Because that's they don't want to lose you because they probably know if it goes wrong, you're gonna cut them off. Where it's like, I'm not saying that's right or wrong.
So why does it have to go wrong?
Because like, why is it a negative connotation? It went wrong. It just didn't work out. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. So we didn't work out. And
Yeah.
and I'll be real with you, right?
Yeah.
Like so let's say I've dated
Mm-hmm.
3 people, right?
Okay.
3, we'll say 3.5, right? One of them, and mind you, I talked to none of them.
Yeah, I believe
Right.
it.
I talked to none of them. If one of them hit me up like on some like, yo, Jake, like, I need you or I need this, I'd say like 75, 80% chance I would be like, yo, I got you.
But if they just hit you up to have a conversation out the blue,
What do we need to talk for?
see, that's
And the crazy
that's
shit was,
weird.
yo, the crazy shit was, old girl hit me up a couple weeks ago, right? And she was like, it's probably like a month or 2 ago at this point. Hey, I see you're doing really good with soccer.
Oh yeah,
I think I told you about this.
yeah.
I knew you always would make it this far and be here. I'm really proud of you. Just want to say that's it. Now, first of all, anybody watching this, if you ever fucking text me, that's it. And I know she said that because she didn't want to start a conversation, but you could have just kept the shit to yourself.
But why can't you just like?
I mean, I responded. I was like, oh, thanks. Appreciate it. I'm working hard. Cool. Whatever.
All
But if you didn't even want to start a conversation, why are you even reaching out?
Because they still have love for
All
you.
right, cool. Love me from over there.
That's so weird to me.
I don't need it.
But that
Maybe I sound like everybody like, this nigga's bitter. This nigga's hurt.
No, you're
But
just
like,
you're limiting your
look at
blessings.
this lady trying to open the door.
It's locked.
Yeah. Epic fail. My bad.
Hashtag gentrification. No,
Gentrified.
yeah, you're limiting your blessings because you are forcing your circle to be so small, whereas like it doesn't have to be you have this big ass circle and everyone's your close friends. You can have a tight knit group, but you have a bunch of people who got love for you.
Oh no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I got people.
Yeah, so
that
just because you had,
but you don't need to be my ex.
huh?
My exes don't need to be in my outer circle. That's
you.
all.
That's you. I think that's interesting. I think, yeah, that comes to one, like you said, it's because you got hurt. Your pride or ego got, a little beat up, and it's like, well, I don't want to deal with that, and I don't want to deal with you because I know how I felt about you at the time, and we didn't work out. So fuck you.
Basically.
Yeah, that's
Basically.
I think in order.
She waved at me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at everyone waving at me.
they got no swag.
Like, where is this going to end? Because I could end this numerous ways.
Yeah, I think as a person, as character development, you might, I mean, I don't know. You might have to get past it, or you could just live your life like that. But I feel like that's just going to, I think it's going to, in the long run, limit your blessings. Whereas like you naturally show love to everybody. Just because the person you were showing love to that you wanted to pursue in a relationship didn't work out doesn't mean you can't show them love. Yeah, they can love you from a distance, but like they were a dope person before y'all didn't work out. They could still be a dope friend.
Yeah,
And
you
they
can
might,
dope without me.
they could, but they might even like help you learn
Anybody can help me learn.
that. Yeah,
Anybody.
I'm glad you said anybody.
Which is why I'm going to go learn from somebody else.
That's fine. You could learn from all of them though along the way and keep learning and learn from somebody else.
Listen, when you were in school, you only had 8 classes, right? At a time.
So
I'm only learning from 8 people.
and people continue. and
That was a terrible fucking analogy.
horrible because people continue their education for the rest of their lives. So yeah, listen, I don't know if you will. I don't think I'll ever agree with your sentiment. I hope one day you agree with mine. But if
Listen,
not,
I see what you're saying.
if not, I mean, I'm sure there's people who'd be like, "Nah, fuck that." Like once you're done, you're done.
I really want to know what people have to say about this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Cause like, don't get it wrong. Like I definitely close doors on people. It's just like, nah, it's a dub. I don't need you around me. Bad energy. But you have to be a bad character individual or your character doesn't fit within the scheme of my life.
And I think that's what it is. That because I agree with that
yeah.
100%, right? That's what it takes to get cut off. And I feel like because you slighted me, because we didn't like work out or because you did what granted, by no means am I perfect. I know I have my fair share of like faults, but I'm saying in my mind, your vibe, your energy does not match me. You get what I'm saying? And that's why it's like, yes, you're a dope person. Like I'll say like one of my exes like, yo, aside from our differences, she's an amazing woman.
Yeah.
Right. But I just can't get over, not that I can't get over the fact, like, bro, we ran our course. Like, I feel slighted. I feel like your vibe's not with me. I feel like your mental's not what I need.
But what if these feelings you're having and these thoughts you're having are only one-sided?
Oh, they probably are.
So like, get over yourself. That's it.
No.
No, then don't.
Like, I just, I don't know.
But my thing is like, listen, you've come 28 years and you're a success. Gang. And you are a successful man from an urban community, right?
Keep gassing me up. Go ahead, King.
You have your master's degree. You have multiple businesses, and you're starting a new career in a couple of weeks.
And I'm single with no kids.
Single with no kids. That's it. Listen, you don't find them. It would be a shame if you plateaued because you refused to keep learning.
That part.
That. And it's like,
I'm not going to stop learning. I'm just stopping learning from you.
which is like, I get that.
Matter of fact, I learned what I needed to learn from you. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the same teachers forever. You go on to the next. I learned what I needed to learn from you. And I love you and I appreciate you for making me the better person.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm done learning from you. I'm cool.
Hey.
And maybe the way that I continue to learn is based off missing out, right? But maybe that's just the lesson that I need to learn. I also feel like not everybody is privy to me. You know my saying, bitch, I'm the table. Fuck what you bring to the table, I'm the table.
All right, I have a question.
Tell me what you think about me.
Who's been like your greatest mentor throughout your life?
So there was Goku, Master Roshi was there.
This nigga don't even watch anime. Like
Ash
that.
Ketchum. Greatest mentor. Probably 2 people. My middle school gym teacher was a dope dude. And then my trainer that when I was playing professionally.
Okay.
Coach Adrian. So probably them 2.
All right. So consider you had a third and she was a woman, all right? And whatever you were learning from her, like she really was a monumental piece in your growth and development as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And you could, like, she just had a wealth of knowledge that you couldn't spend enough time with her that you could learn everything she had to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all started fucking. Okay. You and your mentor are fucking, but she's still teaching you things. And then she go ahead and she gets married. Are you no longer going to learn from her?
Well, were we just fucking or was it like a relationship?
Let's say it was a relationship.
Well, if it was a relationship, you married. What we need to be friends for? Bro, my man just told me the other day, right? He told me the other day,
Yeah.
I was at my ex-girlfriend's wedding,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, why? He was like, what do you mean? We're still friends. And I was like, my nigga, does the husband know that he is not the only person in that room that fucked his bride? Like me, I would not want none of my ladies' exes at my wedding.
Why?
I got Eskimo bros at my wedding with my wife.
But that's your wife. You know she's not the only. You're not the only one.
I
she's
hear
been
you,
with.
but guess what? While we're standing across from each other at the altar and I'm imagining her naked, there's other niggas in here that actually saw her naked.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like, bro, you had no. And the crazy shit was, he was like, yo, I remember I was sitting there thinking this, that. And I'm like, my nigga, you had no business at that way. I don't care if
Was
you
he
guys.
invited?
Yeah, she invited him. But
So
you get what I'm saying? Like,
that's. I don't.
exactly. I don't care, bro. If bruh, we could still be friends, but that's, yo, you are not coming to my wedding. You're not.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be
Super mature, and I never want to reach that level of maturity. That's too adult.
I don't know if it's maturity. I think it's security. Like, you got to be secure within yourself to be able to. I mean, to be honest, that's kind of gangster.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Mm-mm.
You said nah, Sway. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I can see myself going to one of my ex's weddings. My other ex, like,
Died.
no, I wish her the best, but like, and then like I have like these silly, like
Flings.
not even flings, but like high school exes that I don't really consider real because like what did we really have at stake?
Well, yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, high school, yeah. That's like, bro, my ex from high school, like, we hit each other via social media sometimes, and like,
Yeah.
we lost our virginity to each other. We were first love and geeky gaga, and like, she called me bro the other day, and I didn't know how to feel about it, but it was like,
Did you just bro me?
like, I was in them guts, but neither here nor there. Wildin'.
That's an interesting conversation. I'm curious to see, because I'm assuming like we're probably gonna be doing this podcast for like the foreseeable future.
Right.
So I'm curious to see when we look back at this episode, like years from now.
Bro, I've always been like that.
I get that, but just because you've always been that way doesn't mean you can't change for the better. I'm not saying it's
great.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying time always changes, and like different things will sway what you want. Bro, like I said, when I was 18 till 27, I would never think I'd be a financial advisor.
So let me ask you a question,
Yeah.
right? And we've been almost chopping it up for an hour.
Okay.
So I didn't mean to cut you off,
No, you good.
but I'm gonna ask you this question. You're gonna answer it, and then we're gonna get to our closing remarks.
Heard you.
Okay. My most recent situation.
Yeah.
Should I still be their friend?
Facts. Yes.
That's wild.
I hope they listen.
And it's all love. It's all love, but
Facts.
I'm not hitting you up no more.
And that's okay, because like I said before, there has to be that time in between. It was like, yo, listen,
No, I'm not talking about time in between. I'm talking about like, bro, I'm not like, yo, her birthday's in fucking 13 days. I probably won't even send her a happy birthday. Be honest with you.
that's Genesis.
Geneva.
Doubtfire?
Huh?
I don't know.
Ain't that the chick that work at the brewery?
No, I think I went to. No, that is not who I thought it was. I don't know. Maybe it's a chick that worked in the brewery. But I mean, listen.
We get messy.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's your world. Like, you can do what you want. However you want people to live in your world, do your thing. But I think it would, personally, I don't think either of you were invested enough to have a hard cutoff if necessary. I think both of you have different lives that you lead and probably want different things. And if that leads to y'all not needing to be friends, so be it. But I mean,
Like you said, it was never that deep.
yeah, but if you
Never
want to
did.
hit her up and say happy birthday, that's whatever. I'm sure she'll live.
Yeah. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you living without me, so we good.
It would be funny if you got a text the next day, so you're not going to say happy birthday?
You was lying, bro. You saw that shit? Listen, man, it's been another hour on our Friday night.
And one season down.
And yo, we winged this shit.
Facts.
We winged this shit. We had no... Yo, so what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
Like,
I knew yesterday that I wanted to talk about that opening meme because it irks me to my soul. But yeah, I don't know. How did we get here?
How'd I get here? Bro, I had that asked myself that question this morning when I woke up.
Giggity.
I need to calm down. But yeah, bro, listen, guys, thank you for tuning in with us. This was dope. I hope you guys fucked with this season. Listen, go follow us, share us, comment, please, yo. Comment on the Instagram, comment on the YouTube page. Tell your friends about us. Once a week, just tell somebody new about the podcast.
And if you don't like it, just tell us why.
That too.
If you disagree or you think it could be better in any which way, like I said, I won't take it personal.
By now we know I'm emotional. You'll probably get cut off.
Yeah, like you might get unfollowed. Just gonna block the account like fuck that.
Another one. And it's so crazy because the beginning of the season we didn't have this, then we had this, we couldn't figure it out. And look at us now.
Yo, we've come a long way.
We done been through some shit in 12 weeks, man. So
we got new mics. We got the box working. This box took us about 12 hours worth of no, probably longer than that.
Bro, stress.
Just like
stress.
Oh, I guess we can't do that.
Oh man, but yo, let's get our and next season is gonna be dope, bro. We are cooking up some things. I know we were supposed to have some August 7th, but fell through. 6th. Yeah, but fell through. But listen, next season we're coming bigger, we're coming better, coming badder. Be ready. But yeah, take it and then I'll finish how we like to do.
So yeah, I think if I could challenge everybody to figure out, because like I said, it just hit me again this week. Just figure out what it is that you want out of life and make sure it's bigger than you, bigger than goals, and bigger than anyone around you. Because if it's not only going to benefit you, but it's going to benefit your community where you grew up, it's going to benefit your family and your generational legacy, that is 100% worth fighting for, and it's worth being your best self. So yeah, end it with that.
Word.
Work every day to be your best self so that you can help others around you.
Heard that. I want to just fucking shout you out for joining the team this season and moving forward. Excited about that. We definitely elevated to I think where I wanted to, and now we're just gonna do bigger and better things.
Gang.
My 15 seconds of fame is trust your process and slow down the process sometimes. There's no need, there's no rush to get to where you need to be. I've said it before, I have said it time and time again, you are where you're supposed to be. So sometimes you just need to stop and stop worrying about the future. I know we talked about that in the episode. Stop worrying about the future and just worry about what's right in front of you. If something's not going to work out, it's not going to work out. So you might as well enjoy it while you have it. And with that being said, this is the dopest fucking podcast in CT. And if you have an issue with that or disagreement, come sit down and talk with us and realize how dope this shit is. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their mommy that, yo, we are here. How'd I Get Here podcast season 4. That's a motherfucking wrap. Hey.